This incident never had to happen.
What happened?
The problem is, incidents just like it happen every day, and workers who are new to our industry are often the most vulnerable.
Get the backboard in here, we'll get you loaded up on that, and we'll get you out of here, okay?
Safety at work is the most important thing we do every day. And safety is everyone's job. We are each responsible for our own personal safety and the safety of those around us. This training will help you identify hazards that are common in the mechanical industry and help you learn how to protect yourself and those around you from those hazards. Getting home safely at the end of each workday is the most important task. The topics we'll cover include stop work authority, pre-task safety planning, personal protective equipment, working at heights, fall prevention and protection, power tool safety, hazard communication, housekeeping, and emergency procedures. Your company may also have safety-related policies for subjects like substance abuse and anti-harassment, neither of which can be tolerated. You have the authority to stop work to prevent an injury or incident. Stop work authority is not only your right, but also your responsibility. So don't be afraid to say something when you see something. Speak up immediately when you see anything that could be hazardous to you or someone else on the job site. A way to significantly improve workplace safety is to perform daily pre-task safety planning. When the task you're preparing to perform is planned out thoroughly, you become more efficient and safer while completing it. Break each task down into specific steps. Then anticipate and record the hazards and everything that you'll need, such as the appropriate personal protective equipment, tools and construction equipment, and everything you'll need to do to perform each step safely, such as improving ventilation or illumination, obtaining a longer ladder, or getting help moving an object. You should have a full understanding of the task and have the opportunity to ask questions before beginning the task. This will allow you to plan your work and work safer. Personal protective equipment, commonly known as PPE, is safety equipment which can be a life-saving device when all other safeguards fail. PPE can protect your head, hands, eyes, ears, respiratory system, feet, and whole body. Head protection can protect not only the top of your head, but also the sides. It can protect you from dropped objects and from objects overhead, as well as electrical hazards. A helmet gives you increased protection during falls and when you are hit from the side. Safety glasses come in many forms. Glasses with gasket protection, tinting for outdoor use, and with or without fog protection. In addition to safety glasses, a face shield should be worn when cutting, drilling, chipping, grinding, or other tasks where flying particles or splash hazards are present. Hand protection can come in the form of multiple types of gloves. Choosing the correct one is important for protection and dexterity. Many variations of gloves exist, including levels of cut protection, thermal insulation, and high visibility. If exposed to prolonged loud noise, hearing protection must be worn. For example, you should be able to adequately hear a coworker in normal conversation 3 feet away. If not, you should be wearing hearing protection. Earplugs and earmuffs are the most common type of hearing protection. There is even a smartphone app to measure noise levels. Some tasks will require the use of respiratory protection. Respirators must be NIOSH approved, and additional training, medical clearance, and fit testing are required before use. In certain applications, you may be required to wear additional PPE to protect against arc flash and electrical shock hazards. Your supervisor should ensure you have additional training and electrical PPE to complete these tasks. Lastly, some jobs will require other types of specialized PPE for protections against things like chemical and flammability hazards. It's important to note the fit of your PPE is just as important as the PPE itself. If it doesn't fit correctly, it may not provide you the life-saving protection when you most need it. It's your responsibility to care for, inspect, and clean your PPE. When selecting the proper equipment to work at heights, be sure to choose the appropriate mobile elevated work platform or ladder for the task. Mobile elevated work platforms are commonly referred to as aerial lifts, which include boom lifts and scissors lifts, and require a documented daily inspection before use. When recommended by the manufacturer, you must use an acceptable fall prevention or protection system in addition to the existing guardrail system. The gate or chain must be kept closed while in use, and you must be trained on each lift before operating. Ladders must be inspected before each use. To properly use a stepladder, open it fully with both spreader bars engaged and set on a level surface. Never stand on the top step or top cap, and be careful about missing the bottom step on the way down. When using a straight ladder, make sure to set it up at the proper angle using the 4-to-1 pitch. And make sure the side rails extend at least 3 feet above the landing point. Straight ladders should be tied off at the top or braced at the bottom. Use of any ladder must always involve 3 points of contact. Learn more about working at heights by watching MCAA's detailed safety videos on aerial lifts and ladder safety. Falls continue to be a leading cause of deaths in the construction industry. In many applications, you're required to use a fall prevention or protection system. If you're performing general industry work, like mechanical service, the threshold is 4 feet. In construction, the threshold is 6 feet. Fall prevention means you're prevented from falling and includes guardrail systems, fall restraint systems, and hole covers. Fall protection means you're protected against severe injury in case of a fall and includes a fall arrest system. Guardrail systems prevent falls by providing a barrier made up of a top rail, mid-rail, and toe board. Fall restraint systems protect you by restricting you from falling and include an anchor point, a full body harness, and a lanyard, which is not equipped with a deceleration device. Hole covers, which cover floor holes and wall openings, are a particularly important part of fall prevention in our industry because workers frequently stub up between floors. We need to be diligent about keeping holes covered, not only for protection from trip hazards, but also from objects falling through the floors and striking a worker below. A hole cover must be secured in place and have hole or opening clearly legible on it. If you're using fall protection instead of fall prevention in our industry, that means you must wear a personal fall arrest system. These fall arrest systems allow you to fall, but keep you from hitting a lower level. They are comprised of a full body harness, a lanyard, either shock absorbing or self-retracting, and an anchor point. Before you wear your personal fall arrest system, you must be trained on how to choose the correct system, how to properly anchor yourself, how to inspect it before use, how to wear it properly, and how to care for it. Choosing a shock-absorbing or self-retracting lanyard is another important step. Consult with your supervisor to calculate the proper clearance and determine the recommended lanyard for your task. The anchor point must be capable of withstanding 5,000 pounds per worker attached. Never hesitate to stop working and ask your supervisor for additional training and information on fall prevention or protection of any type. Power tool injuries happen frequently, but believe me, they are preventable. The injuries are mostly lacerations, contusions, strains and sprains, objects in the eyes, and sometimes even burns. To prevent these types of injuries, start by inspecting the tool. Look for the side handles and guards to be installed, dullness of blades or the accessory, and confirm operable condition. If the power tool is corded, inspect the cord. Always ask yourself, am I using the right tool for the job? And be sure you are knowledgeable about the tool's functionality before you use a new tool. Remove any defective tool from service and tag as "Do Not Use." Learn more about power and hand tool safety by watching MCAA's detailed safety video on the subject. Hazard communication protects you from hazardous chemical products and comes in the form of a written hazard communication program, container labeling, and safety data sheets, which are chemical information sheets that inform you about the chemical hazards and how to protect yourself. The most important part is for you to be able to identify specific hazards on labels and understand the 9 icons that are specific to the associated hazards, which will appear in red diamonds. Safety data sheets are often provided in electronic versions, and paper copies are often in job trailers, job boxes, or in common high-traffic areas. Cluttered job sites can be hazardous. By keeping a tidy and well-kept job site, you can eliminate the mess, debris, and obstructions that create slip and trip hazards and increase the potential for injuries on the job site. Good housekeeping promotes a safer and more productive job site. Just like your personal safety, everyone must do their part to create a safe work environment and a culture of safety. When a medical, fire-related, or police-required emergency happens on a job site, your first step should be to call 911. Make sure you can easily provide detailed directions. This is especially important for new construction, since responders may not be familiar with the area. Please take time to review your company's policies for responding to medical emergencies, job site fires, severe weather conditions, workplace violence, and other emergencies. There are several other essential areas of job site safety that were not covered in this training, which MCAA may have safety training videos for. Additional and ongoing safety training may be required by your company. This training highlighted how safety at work is the most important thing we do every day. We each are responsible for our own personal safety, as well as the safety of those around us. Remember, if an injury occurs, please report it right away. If you have any questions or concerns about your job site safety, please notify your supervisor immediately. Be safe, MCAA. To learn more about MCAA's safety resources and over 24 safety and health videos, visit mcaa.org/safety.